Is blackface only when done by a white person? So conversely, would whiteface only be whiteface if it was done by a coloured person? Well, then what do you do if you're a white person and you've got razor rash and you want to try some nappy cream? These are the types of questions you can expect from Paul in Perth. Hello and welcome to My Bonus Life, episode 153. This is the agenda we're going to go through today. So I'll leave that up there. The first thing you can see on the list is DJ Yoda and reincarnation. So today I'm wearing my DJ Yoda shirt. And you know, if it turns out that reincarnation is real, I think I'd like to come back as DJ Yoda. I'd just like to be sort of, old and wise and bagging them tunes I shall. Something like that, I thought that'd be pretty cool. The next thing on the agenda is the razor rash. So I've still got it. I've had a few suggestions from some people to try various either soothing creams afterwards or shaving cream during the shaving. I am going to try some of those possibilities and just try and get my shaving under control. That's that. In terms of a job update for the HSS job, I have had a call from my contact at Health. And what's happened is the person that is organising my contract got COVID and is actually at home. And normally that wouldn't mean they're not working, because when COVID did hit, we went to a lot of effort to make sure that anyone that wasn't customer facing could work from home quite happily. So based on the feedback I got, it sounds like this person is genuinely quite unwell and is unable to complete my employment contract from home. So I have to wait for that person to come back to the office, and there'll be a bit of time after that. But I have been assured the job is there, and that's fine. Now that I know that I've got a job, I know what the job is, and I know that I'm very capable of meeting the expectation, I actually feel quite fine about it. So instead of now thinking like each day I can just sleep in and whatever, I'm finding myself each day going, I'd better get up and do something, because I won't always have these free days. What I have done is I've joined the men's shed in Vincent with my brother Noel, or they're actually not called men's sheds anymore. They're called community sheds. Just for those of you that are curious, they launched as men's sheds because there was a need seen within the Australian community for men to have a place to hang out with other men and talk about men's issues, things like men's health, prostate cancer, that kind of thing, but also potentially, if there's a domestic violence situation or whatever, that they would just have some hopefully normal people of about the same age that they could talk to. As it's evolved though, they're trying to avoid using the term men's shed because it's exclusive to women at that point. So they're now called community sheds. I can tell you that I've been to the community shed 3 times now, and in that whole time, I've seen 2 women there, and they were only there, I think, for the coffee and biscuits. I don't think they actually went out the back and did any work with the woodworking machines. But anyway, that's that. Next on the agenda is the Handyman Jobs. Because I've been working at the men's shed, for example, I better tell you what I'm working on. It's going to be a separate video that I'll put out. The video's half made at this point. I've decided to make picture frames for those 2 pictures, the octopus pictures I've got from Nicole, and I'm about halfway through finishing the first one. It did mean though that I went to Bunnings and I bought these picture hanging kits. And when I bought that kit, Caroline said, I can finally hang that picture from GANTHEAUME Point that I got given as a going away present ages ago. So what I did was, and here's a clue guys, here's a clue to make women in your life really happy. Just listen. So I just listened to her, and she said how lovely it would be for it to be on the wall, halfway between the door frame and that cabinet, and with the top of the picture level with the top of the cabinet. And as you can see, magically, it turned up, hung on the wall, halfway in between the door frame and the cabinet. So I did that. I also made a like an overhanging trellis for out in Caroline's garden area, so that she's can train some of the plants to get up there to provide a corner with some shade, because obviously shade is really important in Perth because we have such extreme hot weather and so much sun that any plant that needs a lot of shade tends to not do well in Perth unless you take care of it. So just to show you what that looks like, that's the garden area there, and I'll put an arrow up showing the trellis that I installed. Oh, sorry, when I say I installed, Caroline did actually help me there one day. I just finished it off on my own. So that's that. Now, what else we got next on the agenda? Handyman Jobs. Zoom call for Sunday, right. So I've put up a new series of meetings. If you want to have a chat on Sunday, I'll put a link to the booking page down in the description. They're only for what will be my coming Sunday. I'm just containing it to that, and I think there's going to be about, it depends on how people choose their slots, like whether it creates one in between it, or if you get one right in the middle, you might block it out. I think there'll either be 4 or 5 slots available. So if you want to grab that spot, please do. I'd love to hear, for example, from the people that sent me cards when I was in hospital. I've got those cards from my last time at St George Hospital. So if you want me to say thank you to you in person or whatever, I do have those cards, and I'd love to chat to you. Or if you do need to chat about something that's on your mind, or if you just want to say hello, like this one is, you don't have to be in distress or whatever. If you just want to have a chat, then give me a call. That would be fine. So yeah, we can look at that. I am toying with the idea of giving away a bunch of my particularly black t-shirts because I've got far too many of them and I want to get some different colors. So the people I chat to in the talks, because it's one-on-one, doing things like giving out address details would be fine. So some of the shirts I'm wondering whether could get a new home would be the Barbie shirt. I've got the Buffalo Bill shirt. That's from Silence of the Lambs. Poison, which was, I bought obviously as a reference to the fact that I was undergoing chemo at the time. Nowadays, I'm happy to let it go. Run CMD. This is a double joke for those of you that might be into the IT thing. It's in the style of Run DMC, who are a hip hop, not hip hop, they were a rap band, I guess you'd say, from when I was in my last year of high school. So like around 86, 87, they had Walk This Way with Aerosmith and things like that. So firstly, it's a joke, it's a humorous because they've changed it from Run DMC to Run CMD. The other thing is, if you're an IT person, then you'll know that to get to the shell, you go down to the start bar and type in run, and then what am I saying? You run the command prompt, run CMD. Hang on, I need to look this up. This is how long since I've done it. Hold on. Okay, so I've just looked it up, and nowadays with Windows 11, it's actually, you just, into the search bar, you just type in CMD and press enter, and that pops you out a command prompt on the screen. So I think back in the day, you must have had to have typed run, and then you got a command prompt. Anyway, that some people won't get that joke anyway, so I'll fall on deaf ears. This is a Memento Mori shirt that I bought when I was more thinking about death than I am now. I'm over that phase, or at least I'm at peace with that phase. So if you want that, that's fine. Now, similar to the Yoda shirt I've got on, you'd have to ask yourself, if Darth Vader played an instrument, what would he play? And in my opinion, he would definitely play the bass. So that's Darth Vader playing bass. And Chester Bennington. So I miss this guy like crazy. And it's good to see that Linkin Park are back making music and touring as well with a new singer, because obviously Chester has passed away. Chester was an amazing guy. And I've got that shirt there, which I'm ready to give to a new home. So if you come to one of these Zoom meetings on the weekend and you'd like one of those shirts, just tell me. I'll post it to you anywhere in the world free of charge, just as a gift to you. And yeah, it'd be lovely to talk to you. So that's about it. The only other thing I was going to show you was I'm on my new phone now, obviously, and that's my Pixel 4 XL. You can see there that the back has completely come away. You can also notice that the battery is slightly swelled. So I think what happened is after I've looked this up, these were released almost 6 years ago, and just during that 6 years of charge and recharge, I guess that lithium battery has just swelled up, and it swelled up so far that it eventually popped the seam, and once the seam had popped, it continued to come apart. So yeah, and I've looked it up. Every Google 4XL in the world is doing this now. So if you've got a 4XL, it won't be long. So look at getting a new phone. But anyway, look, 5.5 years for a phone, I think is pretty good. Yeah, it served me well. I quite liked it. My new phone I quite like too. I was surprised. I thought Android was Android, but the Android on this Samsung phone is quite different in look to the Android that was on my Pixel. So it's not the case that Android is Android. I don't think it's simply the difference between this being Android 13 and the phone I'm recording this on being Android 14. I think it's actually more than that. So so there we go. So going back to the agenda. Yep, the last thing is please subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying it, and please like. I'm in my bonus life here. I figured that as a kid, I used to play a lot of Gallagher and Space Invaders and Pac-Man, and you always had 3 lives. And I would have died in 2023 from the ascites, were it not for the incredible medical team at St George Hospital. I also would have died in 2024 from a burst stomach, again sorted out by St George Hospital in Cogra, which means I am now on my 3rd life, and this is my 2nd bonus life, and I'm treating it like a bonus. Like I really shouldn't be here. I should be dead, and were I born 100 years earlier, I definitely would be dead. So I'm enjoying it. All right, well, I'll sign off there. It hopefully won't be too long, and I'll be posting a video about the community shed and how I'm going building that picture frame. In the meantime, be kind to yourself, make good choices, and live well. Okay, thanks from Paul in Perth. See you later.